Thank you for joining me today to run through another one of Enliven's product videos. Today we're going to be focusing on ePayables and ePayments as tailored specifically for Dynamics GP. To quickly run through our ePayables process, if you're a purchase order driven organization, the purchase order can be created within GP just as you do currently and then delivered to your vendors electronically, where they can then utilize what we call PO flip and turn that purchase order into an invoice and deliver it back to you electronically. However, if you have some vendors that still send you traditional invoices, we can receive them via 6 different methods, which I'll run through in a moment here. After that invoice is received, it's scanned and then OCR, which is optical character recognition, and then we'll push that into the invoice confirmation phase, where we just sort of verify that the information is all correct. From there, it is pushed into the invoice approval workflow, which we can set up to match your organization exactly and get it to the correct person for approval, completely electronic. And once that invoice is approved, that invoice is then downloaded directly into Dynamics GP without any additional data entry. Once it's into GP, we'll move towards the e-payment side of things, where you can build a payment batch within GP just as you do currently. And then you'll click the Send via Fidesic button, which will push those payments into an electronic workflow, where that payment information will be sent to the correct approver. From there, those payments will be processed via both paper or ACH, depending on the method that you choose. And for those vendors that have signed up for ACH, we can have that delivered to them as long as you send it by 3 p.m. With ePayables and ePayments for Dynamics GP, we can sync all of the information directly from Dynamics GP, and all you'll have to do is go through and click the Sync Vendor List, Items, and Chart of Accounts, so there will be no real data entry during the implementation process. As far as the potential sources of invoices, as discussed, we have a couple of different options available to you. And you can have the Manage PO Box option, where we will handle all paper invoice scanning for you and push it into the electronic workflow. We also have what we call our AP Dropbox, where your vendors can send you an email PDF of the invoice, which will push it into the same workflow. We support receipt by fax. Your vendors will also have the option to send you invoices directly electronically via the vendor account center, and that's also where they can flip the purchase orders that you sent them directly into invoices. And you're going to also have access to the AP portal, which is great for internal expense reporting. And once these invoices are entered, they'll all be pushed into the same workflow. So here, this is the creation of a purchase order within GP, like I'm sure you're familiar. And what you can do here, as opposed to printing them locally, you'll actually click the Send via Fidesic, where you'll be prompted to log in and send those purchase orders directly to your vendors, all electronically. The other option is invoice collection via our lockbox service, where the invoices will be picked up, scanned in, read with our OCR system, and data from those invoices will be pushed into the online portal. From there, whoever is doing the confirming at your company will receive an email that says that they have an invoice that needs to be confirmed, which they can log into the vendor account center and review all the invoices that need to be confirmed. If any changes need to be made, we can make changes right here based on the information that we pulled out of your Dynamics GP. And once those invoices are confirmed, they'll be pushed into the invoice approval workflow, where various people within your organization will receive email notifications that they have specific invoices that need to be approved. And as you see, you can view a full invoice history here with the status as far as who approved it and where it came from. And once those invoices have been approved, you can pull them into Dynamics GP directly via the Purchasing Batch Entry window. And you're just going to need to click the Get Fidesic Vouchers button right here, where again you'll be prompted to log in to our secure system. From there, you'll have a preview of the invoices which are going to be pulled down. Go through Select, and you can import multiple invoices with a single click. Once those invoices are in GP, you can push them into the payment approval process. And from here, this is the Build Check window, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, where you can just simply build your check batch of the approved invoices that you've pulled down, and then you can click the Send via Fidesic button here, where again, you'll have an upload status window, and those checks will be pushed into the electronic payment workflow. And if you don't have a sort of approval workflow for your payment process, we can support that as well. So from here, This person will be asked to log into the Fidesic system where they can electronically approve those checks for payment. As you see here from the Vendor Account Center, this is a particular payment that they have to approve. And from here, they simply have to click Authorize Payment, and that payment will be delivered via whatever method your vendor has chosen. Thanks again for attending our webinar for ePayables and ePayments tailored specifically for Dynamics GP. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call here at 866-439-5884 or shoot us an email to sales@enlivensoftware.com. Thanks again, and have a great day.